AI can actually help upskilling people. Okay, because AI will understand like where I am good at or what are my areas of weakness, and it can actually personalize those kind of skilling trainings for myself so that I can perform better in my job. Okay, so there are many ways where AI can help India as a country to grow. Some of the aspects that I'd like to mention is essentially the economic development. We are a developing country, and we definitely have a lot of economic, I would say, uh, challenges which needs to be addressed either through technology or through some changes in our socio-economic structure. So I think here technology plays a major role, and I think a technology like AI can definitely enhance our economic growth, and actually it can contribute to our GDP. So that is number one. So the economic growth. Number two is India as a country. I think healthcare sector needs a lot of attention, and I think a technology like AI can really revolutionize this healthcare sector, right? Starting from the public health till the healthcare issues like in our villages and all other areas. So that is another thing that I keep on telling in different forums and different conferences, kind of thing. Education is another area, and especially the rural education. In rural education, a technology like AI, and not only AI, but many other technologies together, we can say it can actually revolutionize the entire education sector in the rural and semi-urban area of India. So these are primary factors or the primary sectors where AI can play a major role. But apart from that, also there are a lot many other areas where AI can play a role. So for example, like if you talk about like national security, right? So India is a vastly populated country. It's a growing economy. Okay, and definitely cyber defense is something which is very, very important for a country like India. If we talk when we talk about national defense or national defense policies, so here AI is going to play a major role. Already it has been playing because government has already started doing a lot of things in that. Also, if you look at India as a country has a huge IT force, right? So these IT force we can easily convert into decent data scientist because we have got enough uh, platforms and resources required to train the IT people to be a data scientist. Okay, so that is also another area wherein I think AI can play a significant role in our country. So these are some of the points that is coming in my mind, but there could be many other areas. It could be in the agriculture because we are primarily a agriculture based country. So it could be even in agriculture. Yeah, I think it is already transforming, or it is already changing our lives. So probably knowingly or unknowingly, we are already using a lot of artificial intelligence models in our day-to-day life. Uh, the best example is your smartphone. So your smartphone is essentially loaded with a lot of artificial intelligence models, right? Either they are running on your mobile device or it is running on the cloud, but it is connected. So you are actually throughout the day, you are already connected with all your AI related models and AI related things. But how it is going to transform the way that we live in the future. So if we talk about, say, 3 years or 5 years from now, is essentially till now, AI, so now AI has become kind of a horizontal. It is not a vertical, right? So AI can be embedded in any application, in any a platform or any thing that we build, right? So AI has become a horizontal, and we'll see more and more proliferation of these intelligent algorithms coming into every space of our life. Okay, so it could be anything. Like, I mean, if you talk about like automating many things. So already we're doing automation, but I think the automation till now we have been doing are more of a traditional kind of automation. Of course, wherever there is AI, it is an intelligent automation. But going forward, you are going to see like the automations that we are doing. Um, uh, uh, will be very, very cognitive automation. That means even the human intelligence will be part of that automation, or you can automate things in a very intelligent manner. So that is number one that I can see at this point of time. Second thing is going to be all decision making will be very, 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 very data driven and very, very accurate, because we'll not rely on assumptions. We are going to rely on the data and on the past data, on the past facts. Okay, and on top of that, we'll learn, we'll basically run AI algorithms, and will get the decisions, right? So decision making in any field you can take, it is going to be more sophisticated. Then kind of customer experience or customer service is an area which is already been revolutionized by AI, and it is going to be more and more revolutionized by AI. Okay, because there are many, many use cases, or there are many, many applications that is going to come in this area, and probably at a time will come, we'll see this area is completely transformed by AI. Uh, and also there are other things like which I can think of after this pandemic, this remote working and flexi working kind of things. I think this is now very popular, right? I mean, I see a lot of people, they don't want to work from office, rather they want to work from home. And to how to facilitate this kind of a culture, because this is a growing culture and we cannot just ignore it, right? So how to facilitate this kind of a culture working from home, but still people are productive, still people are doing their jobs correctly, and delivering things in a good manner. So here also I think AI can play a major role here. Another thing that comes in my mind is basically upskilling. Okay, upskilling of the people, because this is an age wherein people need to upskill themselves continuously. Otherwise, it will be very, very difficult for them to actually sustain in this kind of a competitive environment. Okay, and AI can actually help upskilling people. Okay, because AI will understand like where I am good at, or what are my areas of weakness, and it can actually personalize those kind of skilling trainings for myself, so that I can perform better in my job. Okay, so that is also another area which I can see it is going to be very, very hot. And also, of course, security and all other things are there, because as we are living what do you call within IoT systems, right? So we are actually surrounded by not many IoT systems, and this all these IoT systems are hackable. Okay, so anything, any IoT that you see, any device that you see, it is kind of a small computer, and any computer in this world is hackable. So now we also should be very, very careful about the security, the cyber security. So AI is going to enhance this cyber security in future. So these are some things that is coming in my mind at this, at least at this point of time. Yeah, so my journey at Yes Bank at that point of time was a little bit different. So although initially we started a artificial intelligence center of excellence in the bank, and I think probably at that point of time there was the industry first, at least in India. So Yes Bank was the first bank to start there officially declared AI, Artificial Intelligence Center of Excellence. But we land up actually um, or started initially started doing data engineering work, and then only we went into the data science part of it. So initially, actually, Yes Bank built their customer 360-degree data lake, and which is a big initiative at that point of time, and I think a industry first and a unique initiative. So we started with like building a data ecosystem to get data from all different sources and create a 360-degree view of the customer or the organization. So that is the first initiative, and then actually we started AI. So then my role came into picture as a head of artificial intelligence. So there we have developed a revolutionary platform called Yes Robot platform. The Yes Robot platform was essentially uh, it's a conversational banking platform. Okay, and I think it is also a unique thing at least at that point of time. So we built a platform wherein you can render all your transactions, okay, to any of the channels that are available in the industry. So it could be WhatsApp, it could be chatbot, it could be Alexa, Google Home, or even it could be in the smartwatch or any other devices, right? And our philosophy or idea was not to just empower the users to ask question and answers, but to empower them to actually really do transactions. So if you look at like ES Robot was powered with almost all the transactions that you can see in your internet banking on your or in your mobile banking. So same transactions you can do it from WhatsApp kind of thing. So you can essentially book a fixed deposit or book a recurrent deposit, okay, or you can probably change your nominee or apply for a loan. So everything can be done in multiple channels. Okay, and here I think as it is a conversational AI or a conversational banking platform, so I think that was a very unique platform because nobody at that point of time, at least as far as my knowledge goes, has built that kind of a platform in such a comprehensive way. So it was a platform. It was not like we are building a chatbot or something like that. It was a platform, and all this chatbot, WhatsApp, any other channel, Alexa, Google Home, or anything, it's just a channel for us. Okay, so platform is built, all the transactions are built there. So now people can actually access all those kind of transactions in a conversational conversational way from any of the channels. So that was a very big initiative at this point of time. We also started working a little bit on the cognitive entity extraction from the unstructured documents and doing that kind of a thing. So it was like you can process any kind of document using these cognitive elements. But after that, I left the organization. And also we have done some work in terms of enhancing the customer experience into our different digital channels, and also started doing some predictive analytics into different areas, okay, and giving some kind of a predictive analytics, good predictive analytics by running analytics models on top of our data lake. So these were some initiatives that I was involved into. But of course, then I left the organization, and I don't have much idea at this point of time what is, I mean, what are, how the AI space is shaping up there. Yeah, so I think ethics or how we can use AI ethically, this term is a little bit complicated comprehend or actually understand, because the definition of ethics could be different for different people. Okay, because this is not a regulation, okay, which can be enforced, because ethics cannot be enforced, right? So this is kind of a moral values or some kind of a guidelines or kind of a best practices that you can say. But having said that, I think one thing is very important is the transparency, right? So while writing your code, any AI, building any AI model, or even the architecture of the application, AI application, okay, or the data that you are using for training your model, everything should be transparent, okay, as much as possible to your stakeholders internally, or also if required to the customers. So that's where explainable AI or XCI has come into picture, right? So now everything can be explained. So that is very important. Next thing is like the bias. Okay, so bias is something nobody want to have their model bias. No data scientist want to. Okay, but bias mostly comes from the data. Okay, so now it is very important that we should be careful about the bias that is coming into the model. Okay, because it is having a cascading effect. So if the model is biased, okay, it can actually jeopardize the entire thing. Okay, so that's why that is also another area we should be very careful about. Data privacy and these things are now being very popular nowadays, and we should definitely respect that. And at least in India, it is not that what do you call the data privacy still is in a very nascent state, but at least in countries like Europe and US, it is of a big concern, right? So I think that is also one important thing that we should look into while building models ethically. Okay, and to some certain extent, I think a regulatory framework should come. Okay, and also the accountability needs to be decided. Okay, if something goes wrong, who is going to be accountable? If it is not decided, then I think it will be very difficult for us to bring that accountability, that ethics into our AI landscape. So these are some areas I think we should look into, or the businesses should look into while implementing AI. Yeah, so I think mm, one of the key factor for a public speaker is to understand the audience. Okay, what kind of audience is there? Because we get diversified audience into different conferences. But if I have some idea about the audience, then probably I can tailor my talk in that way. And of course, in every session that I do, I don't look it from a point of view that what I am sharing, okay, um, or how much knowledge I have, essentially, because many speakers probably will have that kind of these things. But it is very important as a speaker to concentrate on how your audience is getting benefited. So for to do so, probably sometimes you will have to simplify the things to a great extent. Okay, so for example, if you talk about some of the concepts of AI or even quantum computing for that matter, because I also talk about quantum, we'll have to bring it down to the level of the audience. Okay, so that is very important, and I think simplicity always wins. Okay, so if you make it very simple, then automatically your audience likes it. Okay, audience doesn't want to listen to very complex things. Also, for some areas, to make things a little bit easier for the audience, we also take some kind of a visual aids. Okay, so your presentation should be very good. Okay, your presentation should be not only appealing, but also whatever you are putting in your presentation, it should make your presentation easier to understand for your audience. So that is another area I always look into. uh, the other thing that I also um, uh, look into is giving relevant examples. Okay, because examples make things much more clearer. Okay, and I try to I bring the examples from the same industry where from my audience are coming, right? So if you are coming from banking and finance, then definitely my examples are going to be banking and finance examples. If they are from manufacturing, then I try to bring the examples from manufacturing. So that is another thing I always do. And also the other common techniques, like you have to make your sessions interactive so that people get an opportunity to ask questions. It should not be a monologue. Okay, you just talk and your audience is actually not engaged. So that engagement mechanism is very, very uh, important. And also sometimes probably you need to do that balance of how much technical you talk and how much business context you bring into your speaking. Okay, so if you have the right balance of that, because many times too much technical doesn't help, right? Or people don't come with a mindset that they will come and learn too much technical. Rather, they may probably coming to get a business perspective of how AI has been implemented in their industry, right? So that balance is also very, very important. So these are some very basic things that I normally maintain in my sessions.